Hey, good morning, everybody. Mr. Moderman here, and I just wanted to do something a little different today. Our focus today with this, I believe, is going to be life paradox, and that may seem a little strange, but a paradox, if you recall from first trimester, is a seemingly contradictory statement that proves true. So you're going to be looking at some pieces that I think demonstrate a life paradox, and then I'm going to ask you to write on a life paradox today. So um, anyway, I want you to just consider the fact that life is paradoxical. And one of the other things I wanted to do is I wanted to share a This I Believe piece that I wrote on this topic. So I'm just going to read it to you. And then today, as we talk after the vocab review and as we talk about the type of topic and the type of essay that we're looking for, maybe this will help as a little bit of a model. Okay, so this comes out of my own life and some events that have happened and how I viewed a life paradox. So I'm just going to read it as a model so you guys can kind of see, and then maybe as we talk today, you'll see how I tried to model this piece after what I want you to be able to do. So this is one of my This I Believe essays on a life paradox. On September 10, 2007, my friend Kim and her husband Joe lost their 10-year-old daughter Darren in a horrific car accident. Kim had picked up her 3 kids from school and was taking Darren, her oldest, to the music store to get a flute. She was a 5th grader and was ready to enter the world of music. A few miles from school, a man ran a stop sign and slammed into their passenger side of their van. The force of the impact propelled the van into the neighboring yard and smashed them into a swimming pool. Darren was killed instantly. Kim never got to say goodbye to Darren. She had no opportunity to tell her how much she loved her or comfort her in any way. She was gone in a blink. I remember sitting next to my wife in our bedroom and trying to calm her screaming and crying as the news was delivered. Later that night, I picked up each of my 4 children and brought them into bed with my wife and me. There were a few mild protests regarding this moment of intimacy and love that to their drowsy minds seemed awkward. But with fatigue, their resistance wavered, and soon they were fast asleep. Sleep never came for me. Instead, I would watch them breathing peacefully in slumber, their bodies slowly rising underneath the blankets. I studied their faces and dreamed of what they would be and how they would change the world, whose lives they would touch. As I watched them, the crashing reality of Kim and Joe's loss penetrated my thoughts. As the shock and sadness enveloped me, I could not fathom what losing a child would do to my mind and soul. I could only feel their pain vicariously as I stared at my own children. I believe that life is inherently tragic. Natural disaster, disease, accidents, murder, and rape are daily occurrences in our world. They are unavoidable and take their victims without warning, leaving deep wounds that may never heal. I believe that how we respond to tragedy in life, though it may not be our own, can be the difference between living a life of purpose and one of desultory wanderings. We may be fortunate enough to avoid much of life's tragedies, but unless we learn from the tragedies around us, the life we live may be a tragedy of its own. On the night of Darren's death, I sat awake in the darkness. I hoped that I could love each other better, and be a better father by reminding myself of Kim and Joe's pain. I thought, if I can do this, maybe this tragedy has some purpose. While our awakenings cannot resurrect the dead, return that which was lost, or comfort victims, they can give us direction to live deliberately, to make good on those unfulfilled promises, and to embody love and tolerance in our dealings with others. I pray I will never have to experience the pain and loss of such a great magnitude. Nevertheless, life's tragedies are random and beyond my control. My hope is that the life I live, because of these tragedies, is one without regret.